complete game for you guys, and it really couldn't have come at a better time. How was it to just end the scoreless streak, to get back in the win column, all that stuff, and do it the way you guys did it?
Feels good to come out and win. We've been battling and been coming up on the losing end. So, it's always great to come out and get a win behind, a great start, good pitching throughout, and, a good offensive day for the whole lineup. So it feels good to come out and get a win today.
I know the season started a little slower than what you probably would have liked personally. Watching your face after that bad hop on the turf, I felt for you, where you're just like, you're almost like, for the love, like what next? And so for you to come up in that situation and deliver, just those two things side by side, did it feel a little better?
This game tests you in all different kinds of ways. Throughout, different ways, at different times of the year, the goods, the bads. Honestly, I wasn't surprised I was coming up with the bases loaded. That's the way that this game works. Sometimes, I make an error, and then, you're going to be thrown right into the fire again. You're going to come up with the bases loaded in a big spot. Haven't gotten the big hit, thus far, but it's going to challenge you. It's going to test you, and you just try and get the job done the best you can.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate you.
Go to Evan.
So when you're standing on second base after that double, how would you describe your state of relief, or whatever emotion was running through your brain?
I don't think it was a state of relief or an emotion. I was trying to drive in a run. A lot this year. I think I've tried to do too much. In that situation, I was, just trying to have a good at bat, put a ball and play hard somewhere. Like, how simple can I make it? And shrink, my thought process and the things that we talk about, as a lineup, as an offense in this clubhouse. Like, how could I just, hit a ball hard and play somewhere and see what happens? That's really all I was trying to do. It worked out plenty of time. Sometimes it doesn't work out. That time it did work out. It's great that, all the guys came around to score and put us back in the lead, and were able to hold on to it the rest of the game.
Nick, in the hitters meeting today, did Luis Ortiz make a analogy about the offense being like a tree seed being planted?
Yes, he did talk about that.
And it was beautiful because he explained it to us, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, what goes through your mind as he relates that analogy to you guys?
Yeah, you don't, in this game, and you don't always see the results right away, right? Like, and that's what, the essence of that analogy is. We're putting in the work, we're preparing, we're working to get better every single day. Some days it's going to show up. Some days, it show up on the field. Some days it doesn't. But we know as a collective group that we're working to improve. And the more we can do that, like Louis says, like, those roots are building, roots are getting planted and expanding, and, the tree comes after.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Levi.
Nick, I asked this to Taylor Hearn last night, and I'm aware that I'm sort of putting you in a position to talk for a lot of people that aren't you. So I get that. But after last night, when you guys had lost 4 in a row, and then I guess also after tonight, and maybe there's some contrast, what's the feeling in the room? Was it getting tense, or were guys still confident through it and just like, hey man, there have been some hard pitchers? Like, what's the general vibe in the room after a stretch like this?
I think, as a group, we're confident. It's a new day, right? Like, we're trying to separate the days as the best we can. Yesterday's over and done with. Tomorrow we can't control either. It's literally just, what can we do today to win the game? And it ran into a couple of good arms. Offense, didn't put up the runs with, to go with the pitching, but at the end of the day, we're focused on that day. You know, when we walk into the doors, it's that day, and we try and, you know, forget about the past, you know, what's happened the day before, the couple games before, and not to focus on the future and get ahead of ourselves. It's just, we come to work, we come here every day just to try and take care of business that particular day, here and now.
That's something that we hear a lot, and I think that's something that, I mean, by the time guys make it to the big leagues, they've probably gotten pretty good at through the minor leagues. But is that easier said than done when the offense has a stretch? Like, is it sometimes hard to put that behind you, or have you
I
kind
think
of got
so. Yeah, I think so. It takes experience, struggling sometimes, you know, and it takes experience struggling at different levels sometimes. But, you know, I think as a group to have the trust in the guys around you and to be able to talk to the guys about different things, you know, we got having Charlie and having Brock in here who've had success and have dealt with the good, the bad, the ugly in this game. You know, those are great resources that you know, those guys can have shared countless things already. But just to have the experience of going through that, I think you learn, whether it's through experience or from somebody else's experience and them telling you. I think both are very valuable to you know, work on being here in the here and now.
Yeah. Last thing, who got the cowboy hat tonight?
Gibby. And then
Okay.
Gibby had it, and then he gave it to Colby.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man.
Anything else for Nick before we let him go?